Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll show you my investment portfolio, which is sitting around $68,382. You can see that on the last Friday I got a return of negative 0.21%. Now I will show you my holdings, which are right now the biggest one, about 2%. It's going to be Nvidia. Then I have Broadcom, 52% up. Then I have TSN or Taiwan Semiconductor, almost 32% up. BLDR with a loss of 16.72%. Then I have Apple with 2.91% up. CRM or Salesforce 2.21 up. Robinhood, the one that I love the most right now because it's giving almost an 83% up in gains. Then I have Microsoft with 15% up. Those below 2% and above 1% are the ones that I'm planning to keep adding more. If I see a good entry point, we have a Meta up 26%, Uber 30% up, BICI, which is a real estate stock, 5.77% and a 6.46 in dividends. Then I have CMG, which is at 2.82% down. Then I have Coinbase, crypto exposure with 10%, 86 up. Then I have AXP or American Express, also close to the same range of percentage gains. And this is NU, which is an investment platform or website, pretty much similar to Robinhood, that is used on South America and Central America. Then I have Google, 6.61% up. Next Era Energy, 21% up with a dividend of 3.28%. ASML with 3.59% down. And those below 1%. Oh, also Grab. I forgot Grab that has a 1.07% in exposure. It's almost like a 0% in return. But Grab is pretty much similar to Uber. It offers the food delivery service and transportation. Then we have Mara, also crypto exposure, 25% down, but it's below 1%, so it doesn't make a huge impact. Then we have another energy stock, OKE, 7% down, but a dividend of 5.11%. NBIS, about 8% up. Sound, small loss. PGR or Progressive, almost 7% up. OPTT, 3.54% up. This is a technology that is being used for maritime purposes, that it can be used also to find out it can be used in war or other type of purposes. Then we have INDI, it's a semiconductor with a return of almost 40%, 43% down. And those that are below 1%, those can have a huge potential to go up and a huge potential to go down. And this is one of the cases right now. But it's just 0.54%. I might cost average if I see that it has potential. If not, I will keep it for a little longer and see how it goes. Then we have AMPX, 2.26% down. United Health, 10% up after the huge crash of 60% down. Club, CLOV, 1.80% down. And then COEPN, 9.5% up. But as you can see here, those are holding one stock. The last three, well, the last two are the ones that it doesn't impact my portfolio in any way. because I hold one stock of $3 and the other one of $1. So I'm just waiting for the right moment to find an entry point to buy more and then have some exposure. Now below we can see the ETFs that are also part of my portfolio. ARKB, which is a Bitcoin ETF, 7.65% up. BIXY with a 21% down, and it's a lot of my portfolio. However, this has helped me a lot during the, let's say, correction market and since April, when the tariffs took place at that time, and then the stock market was almost like a crashing. So I had huge gains. Now I had more exposure then, and right now I'm having a 21% down. However, I see that it might go down in the upcoming days. If not, I will just uh, make sure to put a sell stop order so it can just stop it at 23% at most down. That's my limit of how much I can lose on this particular stock. However, as I made huge gains, I have more gains than losses at this point regarding with this one. But as I said, I may show you later that it might go down again the stock market, which will trigger this ETF to go up. Then we have TLT or a bond ETF, right now 5.17% down. And we have Coinbase ETF with a 53% down. However, it has a 100.8% in dividends, which pretty much it offset all the losses that I have right here. So uh, in the coming weeks, every single dividend that I make is gonna keep increasing my profits on this ETF. And below that we have my cash, which is 20%, and that can be used in the future if I see good entry points. The total amount of all of that make a 68,382. Now, if we see how my portfolio is doing right now, it has a 6.15% up from January 1st. 6.15% up. Now we compare that with a SPY return is 0.81, so I'm like a 5% above the regular SPY. So I'm doing pretty good. Now regarding with the stock market, we have seen that it has been fluctuating a lot. This was the point when it was pretty much crashing, and you take a look, I was totally right when I created these lines regarding on how the market will behave. I didn't delete it since the last time that I created this one, and I created these lines around February or March, if I'm correct. You might see the videos that I created at that time, and I didn't delete it, so you can have an idea that I was right about this particular direction that the stock market was taking during that time on April. And the same thing, I believe that there is a huge resistance barrier over here. Just let me draw it right now. So no, here. Let me change the color. Red one. No. Just like that. So you can see this orange line is the resistance of the path of the direction of the SPY right now where it's heading. It touched it and it went back down. It touched it, almost touched it again, and it's going back down again. So if it doesn't cross it, then there is potential that this the direction of the stock market will head down and hit either the first support or the second support around this area. But I believe that it can reach to this point, at least. Maybe right here, over here, yes. which is the 566. So there are two areas right now. This is the first area, or the first support line. Once it crosses the support line, it has the second support line and the third support line. It can be around this first area or the second area that is gonna hit the stock market. I hope that it reaches this point, so then I can also add more stocks to my positions that I have right now. If not, I will still cost average and add it more on my stocks, but this is what I believe at this point, that the stock market will head down again. And you must see in the daily chart that it reached to a point that is now heading or turning down. Now this doesn't look the same if we go to the weekly, because the weekly shows that it's going to go up. However, I'm also expecting the monthly chart, because the monthly chart, let me see right here, you can see on the long-term direction of the stock market is heading down. You can see right now that it reached the top, an expensive area, and now turning down, which gives you the idea that the stock market has reached to a all-time high and it might go into correction again. In the worst case scenario, bear market, which I'm not sure that it can happen, it's less likely. However, it's not 100% accurate that it might hit a bear market. Maybe another correction. We don't know yet. We don't know how it's behaving right now. That the stock market. We don't know what is going to happen in the following weeks, because Trump keeps adding more tariffs, even though the Supreme Court or another court declared that there was not properly placed those type of tariffs, because it's not responsibility of the president. However, we don't know yet what is going to happen. He already added a 50% tariffs on the steel from Europe, so it's going to be a huge changes in the stock market in the following days or weeks, regarding with how other economies are gonna react to different problems that are heading in the future, because Japan is also experiencing like a crisis in the economy. So there are many things to consider right now what will happen in the future. However, as I said before, I'm gonna keep an eye on the stock market daily, weekly, and monthly, because I wanna see exactly what is gonna happen in the future. Right now, as I said, I'm keeping my position in BIXY, which if the stock market goes down, this will go up. If the stock market crosses this line, it crosses the resistance line, then I might have to sell my BIXY and just take the losses. But I really doubt it that is going to happen. It seems that it will go down, because it keeps reaching the resistance line, go back, and then go up, hit the resistance back, and it seems that it's going to keep going down. And I'm not sure whether it's going to touch the first support line, the second one, or the third one, or even the fourth one. You can see the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wherever it's heading, I will still take a look at my good entry points to add more stocks to my portfolio. But so far, we don't know exactly where it's heading. Right now, as I said, the daily, it seems that it's gonna showing that it's gonna go down. The weekly shows that it's gonna go up, and the monthly shows that it's gonna go down. If we expand a little more, let me see, so you can see a little better. There you go. You can barely see that the orange line is heading down slowly, and the blue line as well. The volume of the buyers, it seems that it is increased since the last sell off of the stocks. However, also we'll see how the June month is gonna if it's gonna show gains or losses, but it seems that it's gonna go down again. So that's it for today's video. This is pretty much how the stock market is going and how my investment portfolio is uh, perf- performing right now. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.